All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Ruel. Peace and blessings and salutations to the Hope Lalet, the Bayat Dawadah, the house of David. All right, so we just going to jump right into it. Okay, we're going to go right in the book of Habakkuk, the second chapter and the first verse. Right, and it reads, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. Right? So when you got a prophet who's on his watch, meaning he's seeing everything that goes on. Right? He's watching out for the prophecies, man. He's seeing the things that are happening around him, and he's reporting the news. That's a watchman. You see? That's a watchman. All right? It says, latter verse. It says, and what, Salakia right here, it says to watch and to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Right, and what shall I answer when I am reproved? All right, verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. So the Lord said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, man. You see? So when you make it plain, meaning we breaking it down plainly and giving it to you 100% correctly. Okay? It says that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Right? For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Okay? And this vision, right, that's being seen right now is all the prophecies that's happening. The major prophecy is the MOTB, right? Which they got that thing, which they getting that thing up and running. You see? All right? It's a global thing. The RFID microchip, right? Which is the mark of the beast. You see? Now, what's going on with Elon Musk, right? And Neuralink, because I put a video up on that earlier, right? Now, Esau got my channel super suppressed. All right? Super suppressed, shadow banned, whatever the hell you want to call it. This devil is on it, man. You see? Because this word is heavy, it's hot. You see? And it's tearing down his kingdom. All right? So pretty much is, right, the Neuralink, right, which they had a first trial out in UK, Britain, right, on ALS patients, the brain-computer interface. All right? The brain-computer interface. Okay? That's that mark of the beast. That's the mark of the beast. And then you got, right? You got them signing off, because this thing is all about CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. What they're doing is they're getting this thing up and running. Right? That's what the whole thing about. They want to grab resources around the country, right? That's why they're in Iran. You see? That's why these devils is over in Iran. All right? Going over there trying to trick the Strait of Hormuz, right? Grabbing the central banks up. You see? Grabbing the uranium and all the resources that all these other nations hold, right? Now, let's not get it twisted, right? These other nations are in cahoots when it comes down to this mark of the beast, right? Which is the RFID microchip. All right? That's the mark of the beast, which is going to come on to all the people upon the world, man. All the people are going to get tried by this thing. All right? They got concentration camps set up ready to go. All right? Concentration camps set up ready to go. Okay? You see? Gurga troops, martial law, all these things are coming to Babylon the Great. But see, a lot of people gonna think that what I'm saying is a joke or a game. Now, what I'm telling you is the truth. All right? You see? So what they're gonna do is, right? They're gonna round people up. And they're gonna take them into them concentration camps. They got chipping centers in those concentration camps. All right? They got guillotines. They got torture rooms. All right? They got all of those things in these concentration camps, man. You see? Fully operational and staffed, man. All right? And these are the things that we showing you according to the scriptures. All right? Verse number 2, here we go. It says, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Right? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. Right, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely not tarry. And it's going to come, and we know that it's not tarrying. This RFID microchip is not tarrying, man. This prophecy is not tarrying. Now, see, the only thing that this devil got to do is push it. Right? He's gradually pushing it, right? There's a thing called gradualism. You see? You get people step by step, right? In the situation so they won't be like, oh, all right, well, and they give me backlash. You see? It's a gradualism thing, step by step. Right? But ultimately they're gonna take away the cash, right? And it's gonna be a cashless society. Right? Biometrics identification, you see, and so on and so forth, right? To bring in CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, which is programmable money. All right, it's nothing but programmable money, and that's what they want to push off on you. You see? All right. But anyway, let's read on. All right? It says, matter of fact, let's go here with it. Let's go to Revelation. Revelation 12 and 12. All right? Revelation 12 and 12. It says this. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. That's right. See, this devil, right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? He know that he had but a short time. So that's why he want to get his new world order up and running, man. You see? He want to chip everybody upon the earth globally, right? This is a global thing, because all these other nations are in cahoots with this thing. They all want to set up their central bank digital currencies, their portion of what you call the New World Order, right? What do you think that Davos 2026 was all about? Right? Those summit meetings. They were talking about their plans of a global reset. All right? And that's what they was talking about. Their plans of a global reset. All right? A cashless society. But you see, a lot of the people around here, a lot of the people are just blind and dumb and don't know what's going on, man. You see? They don't know what's going on. They just living in la-la land. But little do they know, right? Is that it's about to be a whole new change. You see? You're going to go to your bank. Your bank is going to tell you, we no longer have cash no more. We know we're not doing cash anymore. Right? You're going to go and try to take your money out, and they're going to tell you, nah, we don't have cash here. You see? What do you think that trial run was all about when they had set up that CV-19? That was a trial run. You see? All right? 15 minutes. Why do you think they said 15 minutes, 15 feet apart, Salakia? According to their 15-minute smart cities, man. Right? Why do you think this energy crisis, right, that they got put in play, right, which is the COVID or the CB1 2.0, right, is going on, man? You see? An energy crisis. That's what they're going to title it, huh? And that's what they are titling it. You see? But anyway, let's go down to here. Let's read it again. Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. Because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Right. The devil, the so-called white man, he know that he had but a short time. Okay? He know that he had but a short time. And they all going into slavery. That's their future. It's not a bright one. All right? For all the atrocities and all the wickedness that they have committed upon the face of the earth. All right? And it's just that simple and plain. You see? Okay? But before he does that, he's going to try to chip everybody on the planet. You see? Before this man goes down, right? He's going to try to set up his new world order, get it up and running. Okay? Get it up and running. Right? But he's not going to succeed. He's going to fail. You see? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to destroy this man's kingdom. He's going to destroy this man's system. He's going to deliver the elect of the elect, the hopeful elect. All right? See? So let me go here real quick. Let me go to Psalm the 10th chapter, because he's boasting about his new world order. All right? This man is boasting. And he's doing it everywhere. Right? This is Psalm 10 and verse number 3. It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. What is his heart's desire? His heart's desire, his mind's desire is to chip everybody on the planet. All right? To chip every single person on the planet. Let me go back to Habakkuk real quick. Habakkuk 2, and let's jump down to here. Let's read verse number 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, right? And the soul that's lifted, and that soul that's lifted up, right, which is proud, that's not upright in him, is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right? It says, but the just, see the just, which means righteous, right, which will be the elect, the hopeful elect, all right, shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, meaning his philosophies, right, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right, neither keepeth at home. See? Because this man goes around the four corners of the earth, raping, robbing, murdering, pillaging, stealing. That's what Esau Edom do, the so-called white man. Who got all the damn armies over in other people's countries? It's not the other nations, but it's Esau Edom. The devil. All right? Okay? You see? All right? It says, where we at? It says, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death. Right? And is as death. Because everywhere this man go, he bring nothing but death. Death, destruction. Right? That's all he's about. You see? Because the devil can't do nothing but come to steal and kill. Right? Matter of fact, let's do this here. Give me 1 second, brothers. get this here in the book of John. All right. How are you?
What are you up to?
Teaching the Bible.
Speaking the Bible?
Yeah.
You're a Christian.
I'm an Israelite. I'm a Hebrew. Yeah.
God bless you.
Two. All right. So here we go. Where we at? Shalakia. Lost my train of thought, brothers. Let me see. I know it's in the book. It's in the book of John. Just gotta look for it. Yup, there it is right there. John 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life. See, and that's what this devil is all about, man. He does nothing but come to steal and kill. See? He was a murderer from the beginning. And he abode not in the truth. And that's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil. All right? Okay? So now let's go back to that Habakkuk, right? Back in Habakkuk, the second chapter in the 4th verse. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith, by his faith. Verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, and neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, right? And is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's right. And that's what this man wants to do. He wants to chip everybody, right? The tiny tots, the super elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Mancinis, right? They want to chip everybody. Goyim. See? Under a new world order system. A totalitarian, technocratical, authoritarian government. All right? And that's what they want to do. That's what they want to get up and rolling. You see? All right? Let me go back to that Psalms. Psalm 10, right? Psalm 10, and verse, back up in verse number 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Yeah, we'll read verse number 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor, right? Let them be taken in the devices. The devices is the plans, right? Of an total enslavement. An open air slave, right? A system of an open air enslavement by an RFID microchip governed by surveillance of Gideon Palantir, right? And so on and so forth. You see? Okay? An RFID microchip, blockchain, right? And all these things of that nature, man. All right? That eye in the sky, which is the camera, right? Governing everything. Now, I did a video earlier speaking about the flock cameras, right? I did a few videos on flock cameras, You see? Which is nothing but track tracing control. Right? Tracking you. That's what that is. By reading your license plate, right? Sending it into a database center, right? Storing information, knowing where you go at all times. You see? And so on and so forth, man. Alright? But let's read this here. Verse number 3. It says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire." What is this man's heart's desire? His new world order. To set up a new world order. A global reset. Okay? Alright? It says, "And blessed the covenants whom the Lord abhorreth." Okay? It says, verse 4. "The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh." That's right. This devil ain't going to seek after the Most High. Right? Because he's trying to be like the Most High. He's trying to be like the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Alright? But I'm here to tell you, devil, right? That you can't be like the Most High. Alright? You don't have power like the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Alright? And neither do you have power like Yahweh shot. Alright? You see? So, here we go. It says, "It will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all of his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them." Right. That is the... You see? Verse number 6, he says, "He said in his heart, I shall not be moved." Right? And this devil saying in his heart that he's not going to be moved. See, what he thinks, he's going to get his new world order up and running, right? He think everything is going to be good. He's going to flourish, right? And that he's never going to go down, man. Well, let's go here, right? Let's go here in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, right? So this is Job, the 20th chapter, and we'll start at the 3rd verse, right? And then we're going to get into the chip, okay? So this is Job, the 20th chapter, and the 3rd verse. "I have heard the check of my reproach, in the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short?" Right, that the triumphing of the wicked is short. See, so this man's rulership, right? See, the Most High set this man up for a time period, right? To fulfill prophecy. And once he fulfills prophecy, it's over. The Israelites, we're coming into power. We're going to be the next ones to rule the earth. All right? All the other nations go right into slavery. Okay? It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, right? And that the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. And that the joy of the hypocrite, is the so-called white man, is a damn hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. Okay? There's not a righteous bone in his body. You see? He's a devil. He's a liar. He's a deceiver. Just like he's going to deceive a lot of people into taking this RFID microchip, man. Right? And I tell you this, you take that chip, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai going to destroy you. All right? You will die over here in Babylon the Great. Okay? You will die here in Babylon the Great. Right? But a lot of people are going to take that chip, right? Because they're going to be desperate. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be starving. Right? Hey, a lot of people's wives is going to end up taking that chip. And they're going to end up having their kids take that chip as well, man. You see? These are all the things that are coming down to it, man. At the end of the day, this is going to be a cashless society. It's going to be straight cashless. All right? They already taking the money away slowly. It's gradualism. It's a thing called gradualism, right? You got tap to pay on your phone, right? As soon as they go move it from your phone, they gonna move it to your hand. Then they gonna move it to your forehead, right? But they're already doing that with Elon Musk and many different other Synchronized and many different other companies, man. Okay? You see? All right? So it says this right here. Let's read verse number 5 again. It says, let's read 4 again. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Right? It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reacheth unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. There you go. So this man is going to perish forever like his own dung, man. You see? That's like when you go take a shit, right? And you flush the toilet, you're not worried about if it's going to come back up or not. That's how this man is going. That's how this man is going to be, man. All right? That's his future. See? His future is captivity. See, now he desired to put us into captivity, even further into captivity, which is a technocratical, totalitarian, authoritarian government slavery, right? You see, by track, trace, and control. But little do he know is that he's going into slavery. You see, the so-called white man, right, and the rest of these other nations, right, they're going into slavery. You see? They're going right into slavery. And there's nothing that they can do about it. All right? Nothing at all that they can do about it. Okay? So let's get this here. Let's get the chip, right? We're going to speak about the chip. Let me get Revelation. We get Revelation, the 13th chapter. Right? Revelation, the 13th chapter, and we'll start at the 14th verse. And he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right, because the whole world is going to be tried by it, man. Matter of fact, let me go get Revelation 3 and 10 real quick. Revelation 3 and verse number 10. Actually, we'll start at Revelation 2 real quick in 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And those prisons are concentration camps. All right? Concentration camps, man. You see? Like I spoke about earlier. Right? It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation, right? Trouble, 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right? Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Now, let's jump over to Revelation, because, see, this is the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? Jeremiah 30 and 7. You see? This is all going to fall in together. Right? A day like no other in Daniel, the 12th chapter, in the first verse. All right? So this is Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. To try them by what? This RFID microchip. Right? The mark of the beast. Now, let's go back into Revelation, the 13th chapter. Where was we at? The 16th verse. Right? So it says that we're not worship. Matter of fact, let's do this here. We're not worship the image of that beast. You're going to be killed, man. By what? Guillotines. Right? Torture rooms in many different other ways. You got the red list, yellow list. You got red list, the blue list, and the yellow list. For those that oppose the New World Order. All right? The yellow list is for those that are going to be chipped and thrown back into a smart city. You see? 6G networking, 6G enhanced radiation, right? Which is going to give you that grievous sore, right? Hell coast. You see? The grievous sore upon your forehead and upon your hand. Right? A pus that's going to just come about due to high frequencies of radiation. With that chip being in your hand. Right? Or in your forehead. Alright? In your brain. Okay? So let's read 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. That mark is charagma, right? The charagma, right? A mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell. Buying and selling is transactional. That's what buying and selling is. It's transactional. But it's going to be a new form of transactional way. Right? It's going to be with an RFID microchip. Okay? An RFID microchip. It's not going to be cash. Right? Cash is, because like I told you, cash is going to be done away with. Alright? Cash is going to be completely done away with in this society. They're going to take away the coins that start there. They was doing that with CB19. You see? Eventually, they just going to get rid of all of it and have a global reset. Why? Because the debt clock is super high, right? They like to say like, what, 36 trillion that they in debt? No, technically, really, it's like 200 trillion. If we want to get technical. All right? That's how much debt Babylon the Great is in. See? In order to reset that, they got to bring in a new system. But a real wicked and dark system of tracking, tracing, and track, trace, and control. All right? Track, trace, and control. And how would they do that? By knowing wherever you go, everything you buy, everything being put on a blockchain. All right? A whole new global digital system. All right? So let's go back here. Right? Verse 17, let's read it again. It says that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that haveth understanding, right? Because you will become the what? The UPC. You'll become the UPC, the Universal Product Code. Right? See? They'll be able to track everything you do. Your medical records will be put on a blockchain, your social security number, your which that would be you have a everything will be thrown on that blockchain, on that chip, man. Everything. See everything. They'll be able to trace you at all times. They'll be able to know everything you bought, everything you had. They'll be able to know. All right, straight up and down, man. That's the new society. That's the new world that they envision on a technocratical, totalitarian government. All right? Because you got Donald Trump's cabinet. It's nothing but full of technocrats in his cabinet. Okay? And that's what they want to do, is push off what? This global reset, a new world order, according to the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys. Right? Which Donald Trump ain't nothing but a puppet anyway. See, he take orders from the super elites. Right? Everything he do, he take orders from the super elite. All right? You see, like they pushed off that stable coin, right? See, he was told to push that thing in there, man. This man gets a script, okay? He gets a script. All right, so here we go. Let's read verse number 18 again. It says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that haveth understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 score and six." Right, and his number is 600 score and six. That's 666, which is a part of the Universal Product Code, right? And there's a GS1 link, right? A QR code, right? With the 3 boxes of what? 666. You see? So these are the things that's going on. All right? But a lot of other people they have no clue of what's going on. They just walking around in la la land. Bugged the hell out. High off drugs all day. Right? You see? Don't know what's going on, but they gonna get bombarded. See? They gonna get bamboozled. They gonna get swindled. Super quick, just like that. They're gonna be deceived and they're gonna take that chip. And like I told you, take that chip, Yahweh Shem Yahshai gonna destroy you. Let's go over here, right? In Revelation. All right? Revelation 16. Let's go to verse number 2. It says this. It says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore." Right? A noisome and grievous sore. Right? So that noisome and grievous sore, let's go to it here. We always go into this. The noisome and grievous sore. Right? Oh, damn, no connection out here with that. But we know that it's Hell Coast. Right? It's Hell Coast. It's gonna be a pus, right? From high frequencies of radiation, man. All right? High frequencies of radiation. See? All right? Verse number 6, verse number 2 again. "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore," Hell Coast, "upon the men which had the mark," right, which is the Karagma, which they took that mark. And a lot of people, you got over in Sweden, right? Everybody over there, a lot of people over in Sweden is chipped, right? An NFC microchip. All right, near field communication microchip. And that's what's coming on, and that's what's coming, man. It's already out here. They just gonna push it. You see? But they're doing a thing called, they're gradually pushing it, right? They show you in all these movies, right? See? They got this thing up and ready. It's just a matter of before they push it fully. All right? And tell you that the cash is no longer good, right? That it's all done away with, we moving over into a new system, right? That's what it's all about for them, because it's a takeover, right? A control. You see, it's gonna be a matter of time before they say the power grid gonna go down, right? And then you're going to see a whole global reset. All right? They getting their things with the resources, right? Especially over in Iran with this war, right? All they want to do is go over there, take over the central bank, get a hold of the Strait of Hormuz, get a hold of the oil, right? You see? Because Iran is in their way, right? They're not a part of this Western centralized banking system. But now they are on the same notion of having that RFID microchip, pushing that off with a UBI, right? A universal basic income, right? CBDC, central bank digital currencies. All right. Where we at? Another verse. It says, which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image, and upon them which worship his image. See? You're taking on everything that this society entitles with, man. That comes with it. Right? All the lawlessness that comes in this society. Okay? You said you want to be a part of this system. That's what you said when you take that mark. Alright? Let me jump down here to verse 10. It says, and the fifth angel poured out a vial upon his seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. Verse number 11. And blasphemed the power of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. See? And repented not of their deeds, man. Right? Because they ended up taking that shit. And a lot of people on the earth is going to take that shit. See? A lot of people in this world is going to take that shit, man, and they're going to be destroyed. They're going to get blasted back with ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right? They're going to get burned. Okay? It's just that simple, man. Let me go here in Revelation, right? The 14th chapter and the 9th verse. It says this, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath. Right? And what is the wine of the wrath? That's going to be those ICBM missiles and the concentrated fire from the chariots, man, of Yahweh and the angels when they come. See? Because this place is going to be engulfed in fire. Right? It's going to be engulfed in fire, man. Right? People are going to stand upon their feet and burn. Okay? Because they rather worship the image, they rather worship the creator, the creation more than the creator. Especially our people. 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're going to perish over here on this side, huh? You're going to die over here. All right? Straight up and down. Okay? Straight up and down. You're going to die over here on this side. Right? Verse number, back in verse 10. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. Right, let's go here real quick. Right, and we're going to show you in Zechariah. Okay, in the book of Zechariah. Zechariah 14 and 12. Alright? It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Right? And their flesh is going to consume away while they stand upon their feet because they're going to take that chip. You see? Because the wickedness of this place, right? Because the so-called white man, he went around the earth spreading his wickedness like a green bay tree. Right? Let me get that real quick. In Psalm, look at that, 444. Hey, call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You see? Right? Mercy. Okay? So let me get this here in Psalm, right? Because this man went about spreading his wickedness, and that's what he's bringing. Let me get that in Psalm 37 and 35. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, to cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And we know who he is. It's the so-called white man, Esau Edom, right? The devil. Okay? I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree, right? And spreading himself like a green bay tree, right? See? So let me get this here. Let's go back into this here. Back in Zechariah. Okay? Because you're gonna stand up and you take that chip, you're gonna die a grievous death. All right? It's gonna be a famine. There's gonna be, hey man, ultimately the ICBM missiles is gonna take this place out. Everything you see right here is gonna be evaporated. Everything you see right here is gonna be burned. It's gonna be gone. Right? It's gonna be devoured by the concentrated fire from the chariots and by ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. You see, which is going to be shot off by Esau's constituents, right? Russia, Persia, right? Which is Iran, right? You see, the Elamites, right? And so on and so forth. Israel is going to be destroyed. It's going to get obliterated with fire, but it's going to be rebuilt back up. Okay? You see? Because that place is going to be burned. Right? But like I said, it's going to be rebuilt back up. Okay? So back in Zechariah 14, chapter the 12th verse, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. You see, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth, man. And your eyes, man. All your flesh is made up of elements, and it's going to burn. You see? Why? First and foremost, because you're going to take that chip. And a lot of people out here is going to take that chip, man. All right? And I'm harking on the chip so hard right now because it's coming. We in that time, man. This is why I'm harking on it really hard right now. You see? Because this is the next major prophecy to come. Ultimately, after that prophecy, World War III. The end all, be all. And that's it. Okay? Our big brother Yahweh Shai is coming to set up our kingdom here on the earth, which is going to be an everlasting kingdom, which shall never be moved. All right? Which shall never be moved. You see? Let me get Malachi 1. Malachi, hold on. 4. 4 and 1. Right? It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Right? Behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And how is it going to burn as an oven? ICBM missiles. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. It's going to evaporate this place. All right? It's going to evaporate this place. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and that day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right? See, neither root nor branch, man. All right? Let's get back in that Revelation real quick. All right? And then we're going to switch gears. We're going to get into second Ezra. All right? Because these are all the things that are going on. You got uproars of the people going on around the four corners of the earth. Right? But see, Esau Edom is not going to report it on his news media, man. Right? You got major things happening, right? In the heavens. You see? You got earthquakes all over, all across the earth. Right? All these things, the Most High is visiting this place, man. This place is about to fall. The writing is on the wall for this place. It's done. And there's nothing this man can do about it. But what he's trying to do is push his new world order off, right? Think he's going to get it up and running, but he's not going to get it up and running. All right? That thing is going to get extinguished. It's going to get abolished. It's going to get obliterated. It's going to get eviscerated. It's going to get destroyed. All right? Let's go back in that Revelation. Let's finish that up. Right? Back in Revelation 14 in verse 12. It says, here's the patience of the saints, and here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahushua. See that? And the brothers, right? Because all the brothers is going to be tested. They're going to be tried by this thing. They're going to be tried by that shit. Right? That's why we pray. Right? We pray. You ask the Lord to keep thy Holy Spirit upright. See, continue to keep pushing in His truth. Keep our faith high. You see? Because we know the times that are coming is going to be real heavy. You see? The times that are coming is not going to be a game. There's going to be a famine out here. All right? People's stomachs are going to be touching their back. Okay? There's going to be all-out lawlessness out here, man. You see? People going to run up in people's houses, still take their food, right? Kill one another. It's going to be all-out lawlessness, man. That's straight up and down. And this is according to what the Bible says. This ain't what I say. This is what the Bible says. This is what the scriptures say. All right? Let's jump here. Let's switch gears, right? Let's get into second Ezra. Matter of fact, let's get into Wisdom of Solomon real quick, the 5th chapter. Matter of fact, hold on, let me do this here. We're gonna get into this. Sirach 8 and 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride. Right. Many great miseries. Right. It's coming. Okay. Many great miseries. Let's read it again. Sirach 8 and 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the latter time, to them that the latter time shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride. Right? See? And a lot of people have walked in great pride, man. See? Real prideful. But they're going to realize that guess what? What we've been saying is 100% truth. You see? All right? They're going to realize what we've been telling them is that famine is coming. Right? A physical famine. Right? Their stomach's going to be touching their back. Martial law. Race riots. Right? Class wars, civil wars. Right? That neighbor that you had peace with, you no longer ain't going to have peace with him, man. You're going to want to take his goods. You're going to want to rob him. You're going to want to kill him. That's what the scriptures is saying. See? Okay? Let's go here. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. Go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. It says, verse number 1. Behold, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And that's what we speaking to you. The words of prophecy. See? Coming out here to give you the word of prophecy, man. And what's going to happen in these times. These times that you living in is not going to be beautiful. It's not a beautiful time that you're going to be living in, man. Not one bit of a beautiful time you living in. All hell, chaos, and all things are about to insinuate here in Babylon the Great. All right? It says, behold, speak down in the ears of my people. My people is possessive pronoun, talking about you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. I'm speaking to you. All right? But I'm speaking to all of them, but I'm speaking to you. Right? Letting you know, right, that things are coming. See? Giving you the warning. Right? Giving you the straight up warning. Matter of fact, let me do this here. You know what? Nah, we'll hold on. We'll stay in here. We'll hold on. It says, behold, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right? And these scriptures are faithful and true. Matter of fact, let me get Isaiah the 13th, Isaiah 34 and 16. Isaiah 34 and 16. It says, seek ye out the book of the Lord Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want to make. Right. Seek ye out the book of Yahweh and read. And what is that book? The Bible. Okay? It says, and none one of these, and no one of these shall fail. What is the no one of these? It's talking about the prophecies. None of these prophecies that are written in this book is going to fail. They all going to come to pass. All right? It says, none shall want to make, for my mouth that have commanded, and his spirit that have gathered them. And gathered who? The hopeful elect. The brothers who are out teaching on the highways and byways, doing lessons and sit-downs, and everything of that nature, are the ones that are being gathered together to teach with one consent. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And that all the brothers are on one accord. The brothers of Great Millstone. Now all these other camps, I can't really say. I can't speak for them, man. They going off on a lot of doctrine. They going off on a lot of the doctrine, man. All right? First of all, they don't even know what the hell the mark of the beast is. They try to say it's an embargo, right? It's sleeping with white women. You see? And so on and so forth. It's Jesus the Christ. A picture of Caesar Borgia. Alright? It's none of those things. It's a physical thing. Okay? It's a physical thing. Right? So now let's go back into this second Ezra, the 15th chapter. It says, verse number 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity, right? Let not the unbelief, right? Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Right? Matter of fact, let's go get that real quick. What about if some didn't believe what I was saying up here, man? Is this thing going to stop the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? Are their unbelief going to stop Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? Hell no. Because I read to you in Isaiah, the 34th chapter, 16th verse, that it's all going to come to pass. See? Right? You see? So these things are going to come to pass. Romans 3:3. Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Yahweh forbid. Yea, let Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai be true. But every man a liar, as it is written, thou mayest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Right. Mightest overcome when thou art judged. See? So let me get this here in Numbers. Right? Numbers the 23rd chapter. Because the Most High is not a man that he should lie. All these things are going to come to pass. All these prophecies that we're speaking about is going to come to pass. The major prophecy, the MOTB, Jacob's trouble, right? Jeremiah 30:7, Daniel 12:1, Matthew 24, right? A day like no other. Matter of fact, we're going to get Jeremiah 30:7 real quick. Let me get that just real quick. Jeremiah 30:7, right? It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, right? Because Jacob's trouble is coming. All right? And it's not just Jacob's trouble, it's going to be everybody's trouble. Okay? See? It says, but he shall be saved out of it, right? See? And the elect is going to put their hope, and they're going to put their trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. See? Lord willing, I may be a part of that elect. I'm going to put my trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. I ain't going to put my confidence in some man. I'm going to put my trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's the only one that had the power. All right? You see? Okay? Let me get Daniel 12:1 real quick. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for thy children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. This is the book. Right? See? So now let's go back into that second Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse number 4. Right? It says, for all the unfaithful, no, Salaki, let's read up at 3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, because I read Romans 3:3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You see that? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. All right? All the unfaithful is going to die in their unfaithfulness. Okay? All right? Then you're going to know that a prophet has been among you. Right? They're gonna know what we've been saying is the truth, right? Because all things is gonna come to pass, man. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All these things are gonna come to pass, right? Because the Heavenly Father is in control. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh through his son Yahushua is in control of this movie, man. This is the Lord's movie. He's the director, the author and the director. Right? You see, this man's end is gonna come. We living in the end of this man's rulership. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. You can start at 6 first and read down to 9. Alright? Because the end of this man's society is coming. But before his society drops, he wants to chip everybody. He wants a totalitarian government, an authoritarian government, a technocratical world. See, ran by AI, robotics. Right? See? The 4th Industrial Revolution. Okay? Why you think they got all these smartphones out here with nothing but AI? Right? Artificial intelligence. See? But let's continue on. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. Right, the Lord said he's going to bring plagues upon the world. See? He's going to bring plagues upon the world, man. Huh. And as you can see, these things are already occurring, man. There's a lot of things going on in other places that Esau Edom not going to report, man. This devil not going to report it on his news media, man. He's just not. But all these things are going on around the place, man. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Right, and like I read in Psalm, the 37th chapter, the 35th verse, this man went about spreading himself like a green bay tree, his wickedness. Right, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And it has. You see? This place is beyond wicked. Right? Beyond wicked. And it's going to be destroyed. See? And a new rulership is going to be set up here on the earth. Starting with the first fruits of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? The 144,000. Right? Right along with the 1/3. See? That's the 1/3. But the other rest of the 1/3. Right? Which is the multitude. Okay? Alright? It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they have profanely commit. Right? So the Lord said he's not holding his tongue. How's he not holding his tongue? Through the men who are out here speaking on the highways and byways. That's how the Lord is not holding his tongue. See? He's not holding his tongue at all anymore, man. This place is nothing but a bunch of wickedness, filthy wickedness, man. Alright? Homosexuality, lesbianism, right? Transgenderism, all that madness going on over here, man. Okay? This place got to be put down. And it is going to be put down. Alright? And it's never going to rise again. Because Esau Edom going into slavery, and all the rest of the other nations, they going into slavery. And Esau Edom is going to be exterminated, Obadiah 1:18, after his 1,000 years of hardcore bondage. And that's just simple and plain. And there's no way his ass is getting out of it. Okay? And there's no way you other nations, your asses is getting out of your slavery. Alright? Because we're going to beat you down with a rod of iron. Okay? scriptures say, Revelation 13 and 10, right? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the faith and the patience of the saints. Right? If any man have an ear, let him hear. That's verse number 9. Okay? And in verse number 10, I read to you already. I just quoted. See? So this man is going to pay for all of his atrocities. He's not going to get away. And neither are you other nations. All right? So let's go back here. Let's read this here. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they have wickedly exercised themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. That's right. And the brothers are complaining continually, man. Complaining continually on a daily basis, man. Sending up prayers. You know? Asking the Lord to take this place out, man. Deliver us out of this wicked-ass place. Destroy this place. Because Babylon the Great going to be destroyed. All right? You see? We tired of this cesspool. All right? Okay? We got goddamn chemtrails in the air, running around spraying barium oxide all damn day, drinking polluted water, eating GMO foods. The fruits, they have no damn seeds in it. Okay? You see? The women, they gone. The men, they out here, they lost. Ain't no men out here. Bunch of sissified punks. All right, 888. Hey, all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. That's glory right there. 888. Okay? And that's what Yahweh Shai gonna get. Yahweh Shai coming in his glory. All right? And that he's coming in his glory in a chariot. And the angels are coming in their chariots. And they're coming to get busy here on Babylon the Great. They coming to obliterate this place. They coming to evacuate this bitch. And they coming to deliver the hopeful elect. You see? So with that, we're going to close. Right there, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Marakam Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Goodbye, Yah Tawadah, House of David. Kwam Yasha Allah, Abba Babal, Shalom.